Hello, everybody! My gosh, am I excited for Sunday night Zooms to start again. I have missed you all so much while I've been in Australia, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. I'm having withdrawal symptoms from the Sunday night calls. So for you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Danni Wells, and I am a Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne International, and I am your host and your trainer tonight. Huge welcome to anybody that is on this Zoom call for the very first time. If you've managed to figure out how to use Zoom, you're going to be absolutely fine building an Arbonne business. Trust me, that's the hardest bit done. You've got yourself muted, you've got your camera sorted, you're well on your way, trust me. So, hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and New Year, by the way, 2018. Hi, Amanda. Brommers, woohoo! I love the chat. The more talk in the chat, the better. I'm a big chat person, so continue in the chat as much as possible. Lots of woo, whoops. Right, I'm just going to share my screen. I have got some recognition to do. Oh, that's our call for tonight. And then we're going to do our training. Right, so we're going to kickstart with the most exciting thing that we do every single week on our 9 p.m. Zoom call, and that is to welcome the new business builders. So I'm going to go through the list that I have from this week. If anybody has been missed, please pop it in the chat and I will check it and shout out anybody's name that's been missed. So I have a huge welcome to Dana Rodwald. Huge welcome to Christina Hurd. Massive welcome to Grace Thomas. Welcome to Kirsty Farino. Welcome to Marie Hiller. Welcome to Chelsea Goseby. And a huge welcome to Kaylee Goseby. So if anyone's been missed, pop it in the chat. I will come back to it in a second and read out your name. Right, so next up we've got our cash bonuses from December. So independent cash bonuses, this is £60 extra on top of your paycheck. So massive well done to Laura Southern, Veronica Samito and Victoria Evans. That's incredible, well done guys. And we have our district manager cash bonus. So this is an extra £125 cash. Huge congratulations to Caroline Stalker, Carol Sutton-Houghton and Nikki Marchant. Well done guys. Area manager cash bonus for December. This is an extra £250. Well done to Caroline Stalker and to Nikki Marchant. And then region maintenance bonus booster. So this is if you promote and you maintain your title within the first 6 months of promoting, Arbonne will boost the cash bonus. They will give you money just for being brilliant. And Carol Sutton-Houghton has done this. So a huge well done. That's an extra £300 on top of her region paycheck. Well done guys for cash bonuses. If anyone's been missed, pop it in the chat. Right, new qualifications for promotion. So exciting. Right, well done to new district manager in qualification at Gemma Botterill. Well done at DMQ at Charlie Clark. Well done DMQ Grace Thomas. Huge congratulations DMQ Sarah Walker. Well done DMQ Veronica Samito. Well done DMQ Helene Yeasley. Congratulations DMQ Joe's Heads. Well done DMQ Victoria Evans. Well done DMQ Marie Hilliard. Okay, right, and then in December we had somebody promote to the next level. So a huge congratulations to brand new district manager Sarah Jane Scott Stobald, sponsored by Executive District Manager Charlotte Dunn. So I'm just going to check the chat just to make sure I've not missed anybody. Let me just have a look. Oh, I've missed these calls, me too. First time on Zoom, woo! Okay, right, I don't think we've missed anybody, so let's go back to our training. Oh, there's Sarah again. Right, days for the diary. So every single month we have our region training and recognition, which has now moved to Stamford. Reason being, it's just off the A1. So this makes things easier for people that are traveling from London, that are traveling from Middlesbrough, that are traveling from Hinckley, that are traveling from all over the place. We've done this so that you guys can get onto that A1, come off and get straight into Stamford for our monthly region training and recognition. Now, this is the event of the month. This is where you're going to soak up all of the information that you need to grow a successful business, network with people, rub shoulders with people that are where you want to be, and also be a part of the recognition for either yourself, you'll get called up on stage and recognised for your achievements, or to be there to watch other people being recognised as well. So January's is tomorrow night, so Monday the 8th of January in Stamford, and this is to arrive for 7 p.m. and we're going to start at 7:30. So this is going to kick off a great start to the year. So make sure that you're there at the Region Training and Recognition Night tomorrow night. Okay, some of the dates for the diary. So we've got brand new Regional Vice President Ashley Haynes and having her car presentation. For anybody that's new, there are only 4 levels in Arbonne. When you reach the 3rd level, the 3rd of only 4 levels, you get given a cash bonus to buy or lease a white Mercedes of your choice. It's your car, and you also get thrown this massive, elaborate, huge party where you invite all your friends and family, you Arbonne family along, and we get to celebrate yours and your team's success. So this is going to be Ashley's, and anybody can go to this. This is on Sunday the 14th of January, and this is in Epsom Downs Racecourse. So if you're within a couple of hours of this venue, get yourself along there, because that would be incredible to go to. Okay, so Discover Arbonne. So these happen all over the country. These are about 45-minute to an hour talks about an overview of what Arbonne is. I always recommend that people that are growing their business try and get themselves to a Discover Arbonne once a week. If you can't go in person, they happen on Facebook Live all over the shop. In Melton Mowbray, we've got ours this month on Thursday, the 18th of January, and we've got the fabulous Executive Regional Vice President Laura Leggett and the very beautiful Executive Area Manager Tony Hall coming to do the presentation for us. So that's going to be fabulous in Melton Mowbray. Right, a couple of dates for the diary as well. We've got our Team Product Training Day on Saturday, the 20th of January. This is in Tinwell, which is a village next to Stamford in Rutland. It's £5 for a whole day's training. No need to book tickets, just pay when you arrive. You can bring your clients to this. You can bring your friends, your family along to this. If they're interested in learning about products, this will be great. So your mum, your nan, your sister, anybody that you know would really love to learn more about skincare and about nutrition, bring them along. So that's going to be a really useful day on the 20th. We've also got our Nation Leadership Academy. Now this happens twice a year. The first one this year is on February the 4th. It's all day Sunday in Kettering. Now it does say here tickets are £25, but I believe they are not. Please correct me if I'm wrong by putting it in the chat. I think they're £20 now. I know that early bird tickets were 15 if you bought them before December. Before the end of December, but I think they're now £20. So please put it in the chat so that people know. That is open to everybody, and I highly recommend that you do come along to this, because Leadership Academy is where you're going to soak up all of the information from people that are really succeeding in doing Arbonne, and those are the people that you want to hear what it is they're doing. Right, okay, so I think that's it. So I'm just going to check the chat and then I'll kick off with our training for tonight. Stop screen share. Right, let's have a look. £20. Oh, yeah, so someone's just said it is £20. Oh, Carol's just said DA in Birmingham this Wednesday on the 10th with Lucia de la Fuente and herself. Oh, another announcement, DMQ, Michelle Cowley. Is that everybody? If I have missed anybody, please do pop in the chat. Right. Oh my gosh, we've got 96 people on this training. Cut-off's 100. We might have to upgrade the Zoom. That's not a bad problem to have. Okay. So I am going to do our training for tonight. Now that's all the beginning bits done. Right, I love training. So thank you everybody for being on tonight. I hope that you've got pen and paper, because this is a training where you're going to need to write stuff down, okay? So if you've not, go and grab pen and paper now while I carry on talking. I am going to give you tonight, over the next 20 minutes-ish, 3 key bits of advice for guaranteed success with your independent Arbonne business. Now, every single person on this Zoom right now has their own independent business, your own shop online, okay? So you are responsible for your shop, nobody else. That's your responsibility. But what I'm going to do is give you 3 bits of advice, and I'm going to talk about those 3 bits of advice in depth, okay? And this is the idiot's guide to doing Arbonne. So it's very simple. I'm no one special. I don't have many qualifications. When I started Arbonne 3.5 years ago, I did not have a clue. It took me, I'm still learning now actually. I was going to say it took me a couple of years to figure this out, but I'm still learning now. But I've learned things along the way that I really want to share with you. Now, before I go into those 3 key bits of advice and information, I really want you to think about this, because this has been key to my business and key to when I talk to other people about whether they want to start an Arbonne business or not, because not everybody does, okay? Now, this is a really important question. Is what you want worth what you have to do? So that's the first thing that I'd like you to write down on your piece of paper. Is what you want worth what you have to do? Okay, so this is a really important question. So I'm going to use an analogy here. Now, let's say you want to try to conceive a baby boy. Now, ways to try and achieve that these days, in this day and age, you might Google, how do I conceive a baby boy? And it might say things like doggy style, standing up. Sorry if there's anybody that this might be a little bit inappropriate for, but you'll see my point in just a second. It gives you lots of different positions to try. And you might think, yeah, okay, let's give that a try. You know, I really want to conceive a baby boy. Let's go for it. However, back in the 1800s, if you said you wanted to try and conceive a boy, you would have been told that the man has to cut off his left testicle. Is it worth it? Oh my gosh, I hope nobody says, yes, that's worth it. Like, no, that's not worth it. Absolutely not. But it's the same outcome. You know, whichever way you look at that, you're trying to conceive a baby boy. The only difference is you don't want to do what it is that you have to do. So one thing might be worth it and the other might not be worth it, but it's the same outcome. Same result wanted, but what you have to do changes. And are you willing to do that for the goal? So this is, you know, this is really getting people to think about, are they willing to do what it is they have to do to get it, what it is that they want to get, to achieve what they want to have. So having a successful, thriving, growing Arbonne business is what most people say that they want, you know. I have not heard one person tell me that they have started an Arbonne business and they don't want a successful, thriving, growing Arbonne business. It's never happened. Every single person that approaches me that has an Arbonne business tells me that they want a successful, thriving, growing Arbonne business. But the question is, are they willing to do what they need to do to have that? Okay, that is the question. The question isn't, is everybody on this call wanting to have a successful Arbonne business? Because you're on this Zoom right now, so you do want to have a successful Arbonne business. That's not the question. The question is, are you willing to do what you have to do to get that? That is the question. So number one, so this is for my 3 key bits of advice. So the first thing is, number one, do you want to do what it takes to have a thriving, growing, successful Arbonne business? Now, this is the first thing that you need to really think about. So we have to address, well, what is a thriving, growing, successful Arbonne business? Okay, we need to get down to the nitty-gritty of that. If you imagine that you won the lottery and you, for some reason, couldn't access the full sum of whatever it was that you won, but the lottery said to you, we're going to give you £20,000 a month for the rest of your life, what would you plan to do with your life? So write down, you have won the lottery, you can't access the full amount, but the National Lottery are going to give you 20k a month for the rest of your life. How would your life look? Now, you might say, well, I love my job. I'm a nurse. I still want to do nursing, but I do it part-time. Okay, write that down, that's what you do. You might think, well, I would love to retire my spouse. He or she works really hard. I'd love to let them leave their job. Okay, write that down. You might want to go for IVF. Write that down. You might want to be somebody that travels the world, do a world cruise. Write that down. You might not want to do anything different to what you do now. That's fine. Write that down. You might want to design a handbag. Whatever it is, decide what it is that you would want if you had £20,000 a month, every month, for the rest of your life. So this is like receiving royalty payments, okay? This is what they call residual income. This is coming to you every month forever now. So this is what having an Arbonne business is going to be like for you, okay? So you need to work out, what do you want from this business? Write that down. What do you want? When I first started my Arbonne business, it was to retire my husband, it was to travel, and most importantly for me, it was to never ever have to say no to the things that I wanted to say yes to. I was sick to death of always saying, no, I can't afford that. No, I can't, I haven't got the time to do that because my husband's got to work and I've got to have the kids. I always said no to things that I really actually wanted to say yes to. So my biggest goal for starting a successful Arbonne business was to say yes to everything that I actually really wanted to say yes to. So that was my goal. Yours might be completely different, but you need to work out what your goal actually is. What do you want from a successful Arbonne business? So once you've got that, you then need to decide, what do you have to do to achieve this? Sorry, not decide. You then need to know, what do you have to do to achieve that, okay? Because you can't just wake up in the morning with your goal and it happens. You need to decide, are you willing to do what it is you have to do to achieve that goal? So some things that you have to personally take responsibility for doing. Now, I really want to be brutally honest with everybody on here. When you have an Arbonne business, it doesn't magically grow overnight. I'm really sorry if anybody was like under the illusion that that does happen, or if you've got a sponsor that told you that, which I'm probably sure in my early days, I probably did tell some people like, oh yeah, it's really easy. You know, you just wake up and everyone wants to flock to you to be their health and wellness advisor. Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't happen. There are things that you actually have to do to make your business successful. So these are some of the things that really get down to that nitty-gritty. So number one, helping yourself become the best, healthiest, happiest Arbonne representative you can be. Arbonne is a health and wellness company that was founded by Petter Mork, who was a Norwegian who had this enormous vision to create a company that was all about pure, safe, beneficial, free from chemicals, all using botanical-based ingredients that marketed itself, distributed its products, through a word of mouth network. And so if we're a part of this incredible company, Arbonne, we need to be health. We need to be happy. We need to be the best versions of us. And that's something that you can take full responsibility for. You can work on yourself from here on out. I'm constantly helping myself become happier, healthier, and the best version of me. And that will never, ever change. So you can really work on that. And that is going to reflect in your business. So number one, helping yourself become the best, healthiest. That's really key as well. You are a health advisor, so you need to be healthy. A happiest Arbonne representative you can be. The second thing, commit to always finding ways to meet new people. You have to build a constant stream of new clients. If you were to open, say, a franchise in your town centre or city centre, wherever you live, or if you live in a village, then your local town centre, if you were to open up a franchise of some sort, you would have to find clients. There are no businesses that exist without clients. You might be providing a product or a service, but you need clients regardless. And Arbonne is no different. So you have to have clients to have a successful business. And for most businesses, people can't rely on their friends and family. They need to find ways of building new customers and new clients. So you need to find ways to meet new people. And you need to think of ideas for this all of the time. These might be ideas of meeting people online. It might be ideas of networking events, advertising yourself, maybe even doing parties. Whatever it is, you need to commit to the fact that you're going to have to think of new ways to meet new people so that you've got a constant stream of new clients. And then number three, teach and train others in their start period to learn how to do exactly what you do. and then be there for them in the future when they need you. So you're going to teach people how to do what you do, okay? What they do is their responsibility, but you can teach them in their training period, in their start period, how to do everything that you already know how to do, and then you can be there as a support, as a mentor, as a coach for them. So one thing that keeps us on track is our tracker. So this pinpoints for us how and what we need to do. So if anybody's not seen the tracker before, there's a little a zoomed in version. The tracker tells us exactly what we need to do on a daily basis. Now, I always recommend that people do their tracker for at least 1 hour a day, and they do it for about 5 days a week. Some people do less, some people do more. It's absolutely your choice. It's your business, but this is just a bit of a guideline. If you're going for a massive goal or you're wanting to promote to the next level, then yes, you need to be doing more than 5 days a week or 1 hour a day. It needs to be much more than that. So the tracker just shows us exactly what we need to be doing on a day-to-day basis to grow our business. When you're introduced to the business, your sponsor, what their responsibility is to show you the website and the source, to add you into one WhatsApp group, initially only one, add you into one Facebook team group, and then share with you the annual calendar, explain the dates, and tell you about the Sunday night trainings. And it's your responsibility every time you sponsor a business builder into Arbonne to do the same for them. Anything else is a bonus and it isn't expected. So if you do find your sponsor is linking arms with you, doing launches with you, doing workshops with you, and really there to help you, that's fantastic. That is an absolute Brucey bonus, in my opinion. Not everybody has that, but they still grow successful businesses. In fact, a lot of people that are at the top level in Arbonne, you might ask them, well, did your sponsor help you get there? And they'll probably say, my sponsor didn't really do anything in the beginning. So don't rely on your sponsor to have to help you have a successful business. If you get that from your sponsor, that is fantastic. Okay, so the team calendar as well. So we've got our 2018 team calendar. Getting those dates in your diary is an absolute must. So if you haven't done that already, please do print off the team calendar and get those dates down. Where to find these documents? These documents are in the team Google Drive. If you go into the folder 2018, they're in there. If you don't know where the Google Drive link is, it is in the pinned post on the Do More, Be More, Have More page. So if you go into the Do More page, open up the pinned post, the link is right there. Right, so that's number one done. So working out, are you willing to do what you have to do to grow a successful Arbonne business? So moving on to number two. It's never about the cost, it's always about the value. Right, I want you to have a think about this. So let's say someone offers you a holiday for 2 weeks. You get a text message right now, hey, I'm going to offer you a holiday for 2 weeks, all inclusive for you and your family, travel, accommodation, all in for £500. So I want you to have a think, is that expensive or not? Would you say yes or no to that? £500, all inclusive, 2 week holiday. So pop it in the chat. Would you say yes to that or would you say no? I'd say yes. I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. I know how much all inclusive holidays cost for family with all of that. So yes or no, what would you say? Now let's say they say, okay, £500, your whole family, all inclusive, accommodation, travel, this is it. Like your jaw would hit the floor and you'd be like, what? Oh my gosh, that is not worth £500. No way, Jose. Or imagine if they said this, Disney World, Florida. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, to go to Disney World, Florida from the UK as a family of 4, all inclusive, you're looking at about £7,000. So if somebody said to me, I could have that holiday for £500, I would snap their hand off. Like, that is, wow, good value for money. But this is not worth £500. This is worth £500. So it's the exact same money, but it's not about the money. It's about what it is you're getting. It's about the value of what is on offer, not the money. So when somebody says to you that £56 is a lot of money to start a business, you need to say to them, it's not the money, it's the value. Like when I first found out about Arbonne, I couldn't believe it was only £50 to start this business, because in my eyes, this is a multi-million-pound online business platform that, if it was franchised, would probably cost us about £300,000 to buy that franchise opportunity. The fact that it's £50 to have an online e-commerce shop all done for us, and then we're paid to talk about these products, like, that is a steal. So it's never about the money, it's actually about the value. And cost isn't just monetary either, it's also time. Is something worth your time? Because you might spend money, but you can always get money back. You can always make more money, but time you can't. Once time's gone, it's gone. So I've put down 2 graphs here based on 2 different types of people. So the first one, the average person who decides to be employed. So this would have been me had I never heard about Arbonne. So the average person who decides to be employed will work for 40 to 50 years, including their commute to work, 10 hours a day. They look forward to 2 days off a week, or for their couple of hours an evening to relax and watch TV. They then retire at 65 to 70 and spend retirement in poor health and in low income. So that would have been my life had I not found Arbonne. And we only actually live once. And when I realised what I was doing with my life, with my current situation, I was like, that's not how I want to spend my life. And it's definitely not how I want my children to spend their life. I've already said to them, don't go and work for somebody else. You need to start your own business. You need to find a way to not be in that rat race. You need to find a way to have time freedom and love doing what you do. So the other side of this, the other graph here, is the average entrepreneur. The average entrepreneur will fit in a business around their main job or busy lifestyle. They dedicate time each day to reading, growing, networking, developing. They cut out useless tasks like TV and gossiping. Those were the 2 biggies I had to cut out to fit in Arbonne. And within 5 years, they have grown themselves in wisdom and value to others, and grown their business enough to live the rest of their life with time and income freedom. So I've had my Arbonne business now for nearly 4 years. When I first started this business, I had no knowledge about products, about business, about online shopping. I was absolutely in the dark I just didn't have a clue. I had to learn how to do it. So I cut out TV, I cut out gossiping, and being on well, I'm still on Facebook, but I cut out Facebook. Like, used to love watching people have arguments about stuff and getting involved with that. Cut that out. And instead, I replaced that time with going onto the Arbonne source and learning about the products, learning about the business. I read GoPro every single week in my early days. I read Don Failer's Own Your Life book every single week in those early days. I still read those books both each month now. I absorbed as much information as possible so that I could grow a business that I knew if I kept going, in 5 years' time, I would have freedom. And the great thing about this for me is it actually took me less time, because I've now had my business for nearly 4 years. I've just been away for nearly a month to Australia with my family. And I didn't do a lot of Arbonne while I was there. I was obviously still online. My website still runs 24/7, but I wasn't actively doing one-to-ones or doing workshops, anything like that. And my business still turned over nearly $100,000 that month. So that won't happen straight away. But if you cut out some time every day to building your Arbonne business, in 5 years' time, or maybe like my business, it might be less than that, you will have time and financial freedom. And there is nothing like having time and financial freedom, because then you can do with your life whatever the heck it is that you want to do, which you've worked out when we gave you point number 1. So I want you to use your time wisely. You only get a couple of hours a day to either make a difference for your future, or to succumb to pointless habits that won't take you where you want to be. You ultimately pay the price for what you do with your time, okay? So you can either, I can't think what that's saying is, what's that saying about paying for, I'll have to come back to it. Something about something about the regret, you might regret, it's totally gone now. The pain of regret, or the pain of something. If anybody knows, pop it in the chat. I can't remember, my mind's gone blank. So use your time daily to improve on your skills. So if you're feeling like your skills are a little bit like, which mine definitely were in the beginning, I went onto the source every day to hone in my skills, you can do that. And or you can go into the do more, be more, have more page, open up the pinned post. In that pinned post is every kind of skill that you need to have a successful Arbonne business and how to work on that skill. So all you've got to do is watch the videos and take notes. So how to find people to talk to about your business and your products, how to follow up, how to do a one-to-one, how to do a party. Every skill is in that pinned post. So if you feel like there's a skill you need to work on, go into the pinned post and dedicate time to learning about that skill. Right, final point, number 3, you have to take action. So knowledge isn't all your answer. Look at the people who know everything about nutrition. They've been on courses, but they don't look the pinnacle of health at all. Knowing a lot isn't enough. Taking action is needed. So would you want someone like this as your health and wellness advisor? I really like that picture. It made me laugh quite a lot. So if this person, who is probably a very nice person, was giving you advice on health and wellness, would you take them seriously? They might have been on they might have 4 degrees and have been on a million courses, but they don't really represent health and wellness that well, do they? So I wouldn't be listening to what this person has got to say. So you need, the bar's gone up. So you need to be like Apple technology, always delivering new ideas, be creative, innovative. So once Apple launched their iPhone, once one iPhone is launched, Apple keep working on ideas to improve it for the next one. So you need to be like Apple technology. They launch an iPhone and then they work on ideas on making it better. And this is what I love about Arbonne, because there are some skincare companies out there that have launched a skincare line 30 years ago, and it's been the same line ever since. But technology's improved since then. And what Arbonne do is they are always improving. So every time they've launched the RE9 skincare, it's the best of the best at the time. The next day, they go to work and they start improving it, because new technology comes out, new science is found, new plants are found, new plants blended with others are discovered. So 4 years after they've launched the RE9, they've found something that's even better, and they relaunch it again. And then the day after, they get to work on figuring out a way to make it even better. And I love that Arbonne do this. We are always innovating. We are always cutting edge. We don't have one product line. It's been the same for 30 years. We are cutting edge technology and advanced with what we are bringing to the table in terms of products. So for your business, you need to always be thinking one step ahead. So once you've sponsored somebody, don't sit there and be like, right, I've sponsored somebody now. Think, right, brilliant. How could I have made that better? How can I be better for the next time? How can I do this? How can I improve that? Constantly be thinking, how can I be better at what I do? And reading books and attending growth trainings will help with new ideas for your business. Every time you get onto the Sunday night Zooms, you will have new ideas that will take your business forward. Every time you go to a monthly region training and recognition, you will be buzzing when you leave with new ideas. Every time you go to a product training or to a conference, you are going to leave with new ideas. Every time I read another book, I put the book down and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am flooded with hundreds of different ideas on what I can do next. So these things are going to keep you growing, keep you in the game, and keep you ahead of the time. Now, these are 3 of my top books and audios to listen to on repeat. So the first one is GoPro by Eric Worre. In the early days, I listened or read this every single week in my early days. Now I listen or read it once a month. The other one is Making the Shift by Darren Hardy. Most of these you can find free on YouTube, or if you're going to listen or read them quite a lot, just buy them off Amazon. Making the Shift is something that I listen to every single month. It is an incredible audio. It's 1 hour and a half. And then Own Your Life by Don Failer. That's all about building networks. Incredible book. So again, something that I read every single month. Do I need to mute somebody? I don't know. I'll carry on. Right, so your responsibility is to aim for this. So write this down. This is something that you are responsible for working towards. You need to grow towards turning over 2,500 QV a month from you personally. So I'm not talking about your team here. I'm just focusing on you personally. Now, if you're new in this business, or you might have had your business for a while, but it hasn't got off the ground yet, 2,500 QV, which is $2,500, might seem like a big amount for your business to turn over. And it is for most people. That's a lot in the early days. I'm not saying this is what you have to do tomorrow, but work towards it. Break it down. Maybe work towards turning over $100 a month, and then the next month double that, and then the next month grow it and grow it. But work towards turning over 2,500 QV a month. Now, most people call that your building block. So if you ever hear somebody say your building block, that's what they're talking about. So that is something to really work towards. 2,500 QV a month from you, not your team. Although your team's volume is obviously added to what you do, but just focus on that for yourself, building that yourself with customers and clients. The next thing is 100 regular ordering clients. Again, if you're new or your business hasn't got off the ground yet, having 100 clients is a big goal. I still am not at 100 clients yet, and I've run my business nearly 4 years. Clients are my weakness. There's like an ongoing joke whenever I do a one-to-one, everybody wants to be a business builder, nobody ever wants to be a client, which is great because it's fantastic that everybody gets the business, but I I hate that word, to sponsor PCs, but I'm working on it. I'm still working on having 100 regular ordering clients. If you can build over the next couple of years 100 regular ordering clients, you will have that $20,000 a month lottery paycheck that we were talking about in the beginning. So keep working on that. And then the last one is work towards having sponsored 100 business builders. They won't all stick around. This is not for everybody. If you're a mum and you've been to a play group, you'll see people come to a play group and they sometimes don't return, but some people do. Not everybody sticks at everything they do. Not everybody sticks at marriages. People come, people go. But some people stay, and some people find that this is exactly the community that they want to be a part of. This is what they want to be doing on a Sunday night. They want to feel happy. They want to feel energized. They want to use chemical-free products. They want to be learning about interesting things. They want to be having fun. This business is for a lot of people, but it isn't for everybody. So work on sponsoring 100 people over the next couple of years. Some people will stay, some people will go. Don't worry about that. Every time you sponsor somebody, you will become a better advisor. You will become a better consultant. Right, so we are coming towards the end. So how much can you earn for your personal effort? So I've put together some numbers here for you so that you can really understand how much your paycheck can be with all of the effort that we've just gone through. So your online shop, with your wisdom and your advice for people, sees £1,000 a month of items purchased. So that's turnover. So let's say your business turns over £1,000. So 1,000 English pounds in USA dollars is $1,360. So if anybody didn't know, roughly $1 is 1 QV, roughly, thereabouts. So that's 1,360 QV turnover from you personally. So you're well over halfway to that building block by doing this. You would earn from that turnover 35% from your client orders. So if somebody is a client in your business, they pay full price, you earn a straight 35%. So if £1,000 is purchased from your website, from all client orders, you will see £350 in your paycheck. Okay, hope that makes sense to everybody. If you have PCs order, then you earn 15%, okay? So you earn less from your PCs, but a PC buys at wholesale, so they always spend more, so you actually end up making more from your PCs because they spend more. So if £1,000 of items was purchased from your shop of PC orders, you would see £150 in your paycheck. Now, when you promote to level 1, so there's only 4 levels, when you promote to level 1 as a district manager, you earn an additional 8% override on the above, okay? So an override, I hope everyone's writing this down, because if you're like me, a bit dyslexic, you need to have this visually so you can see it and understand it. An override is 65% of the total spent. So if £1,000 is spent, your override is based on £650. 8% of that would give you an extra £52. So if you're a district manager, you're going to, let's say it's all client orders, you're going to get £350 straight away, because that's the 35% for your client orders, and then you're going to get an additional 8% override, which gives you an extra £52. Sorry. How much can you earn if it's £100 a month turnover? So £100 is bought from your website, 35% from your client orders is £35, so you'd earn £35. If it's PC orders, you'd earn £15. So if £100 is bought from your shop and it's a PC order, you get paid £15. If you're a district manager, you earn an additional 8%. I've only talked about district manager here. If you promote to the higher levels, that percentage does go up, but I've kept it really simple. The override is 65% of the total spent. So for £100, your override is based on £65. 8% of that is an extra £5.20. So this just breaks down how much you can actually earn. So do you know what? I think I have missed a bit on this slideshow. Let me just go to my second one. I've missed a little bit on here. Let me just go to this one. Yep, here we go. Right. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know why my laptop's playing up. There we go. Right, so a homework challenge is 3 parts. Number 1, record a video of your own 15 to 20 minute DA. Number 2, do the 30 days to healthy living and beyond 100%. So this is what's growing most of our businesses, doing the 30 days to healthy living and beyond ourselves. We've got a group that runs every 2 weeks. It starts, run by a health coach. It's a free group that if you buy the 30-day set, you get access to. Same for your customers and clients. And if you do the 30 days to healthy living and beyond 100%, you will see by sharing your results and talking about how incredible this program is, people are going to want to do this with you and become a client in your business. And then number 3 is to book some appointments. So your business grows by talking to people and booking appointments. So what I've done for you is given you some verbiage before we end this call. So you might want to take some photos of this. If you've got your phone, take some pictures. If not, you'll be able to see the recording. So you'll be able to write these down. So this is just some ideas of verbiage that you can talk to people with to book appointments. So I got this from Carol Sutton Houghton. I can't take any credit for this. So, hey, I was just searching Facebook and I came across your site selling, for example, makeup, or they might be selling anything online. And she does this by going through the market in Facebook. So if you go into Facebook and go onto the market, you can find people selling stuff on there, just to give you an idea. I have an online business that I think would really complement what you do. If I was to send you a mini video, would you watch it? It may or may not be for you, but I'll let you decide for yourself. So that's one example of some verbiage. Here's some others. So I'm not going to read all of these out. Take a picture on your phone, or as I say, these will be provided on the recording of this call. So you can go back and write down, not all of these are going to be suitable for you, but you can go back and write down which ones you like the sounds of. So some of these are messages, some of these that you could use on social media. And by doing this and reaching out to people, you're going to be able to book appointments. So the third part of the challenge is to book some appointments so that you can talk to people about your business opportunity and or about your products. And by doing that, that's going to grow your business forward. You know, this is a business where we talk to people about what it is that we do. And here's some other ones. Okay, so some last things I just want to say to sum up before I end the call is, oh, I've gone blank. There we go. Just trying to stop the screen share. Is your business is your responsibility, but there is a wealth of information out there for you to use. So you can seek any information that you need. So if you want to grow your business by going to networking events, or if you want to do parties, or if you want to do one-to-ones, there is so much information out there so that you can learn how to do the things that it is that you want to do. So one thing that I do want to say is if somebody was on, let's say, a diet, although I don't condone diets at all, if somebody was on a diet and they said, I want to lose so much weight, and you were like, great, I want to support you in that, and then you saw that they were going out and eating McDonald's every day, and they weren't losing the weight, and then they started complaining to you that they weren't losing the weight, you would say to them, hey, you know what, babe, you tell me you want to lose this weight, but you're not really doing what you should be doing. You know, you're out eating McDonald's every day, and if you want to do that, that's totally fine, but you're not going to reach the goal that it is that you said you want to reach. Now, when people say to me, I get a lot of messages from people saying, hey, Danny, you don't know me, but I've got an Arbonne business. This is people from other teams. I've got an Arbonne business and I'm just not really getting where I want to be, and I feel like I want to quit, and I just don't really know what to do. The first thing I ask them is, okay, so what are you doing with your business? And they're like, well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm like, well, what's your system? You know, are you doing your tracker? Are you reading? Are you booking appointments? Are you going to discover Arbonnes? Are you getting onto your weekly training course? And I'll ask them these things, and they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you know, it's your choice, it's your business, you do whatever you want to do, but if you're not doing what you need to do, you're not going to get to where you want to be. Same as the diet and the McDonald's. You can eat McDonald's till your heart content, but if you want to lose weight, it's not going to happen. So if you want to have a successful, thriving Arbonne business, the last thing that you want to be doing is complaining to other people that your business isn't where you want it to be if you're not putting in the effort. And you might have an Arbonne business because you just like the community and the fun, and that's fine. There are people that do just want to be a part of the fun and the community, and that's no problem whatsoever, but that's not going to give you a multi-million-pound business. But if that's where you want to be and that's your goal, that's a-okay. But if your goal is to have £1,000 a month paycheck, but you're not doing anything with your business, then your goal isn't meeting your activity. So you need to sort of get that in line. So you need to evaluate what your goal is, and are you doing what you need to do to make that goal a reality? And if your goal is to have a successful, thriving, growing Arbonne business, you need to be doing your tracker, speaking to people, booking appointments, getting in front of people either in person or online, showcasing the products, talking to people about how the products might benefit them, asking them what it is that they would change about their skin or about their health. That's a great question. What would you change, if anything? And people will say things like, oh, you know, I wish I had more energy, or I wish my skin, I wish I didn't have these dark circles under my eyes. Asking people what they would change, listening to them, and then providing them a potential solution, and talking to people about the business as well, sponsoring PCs, sponsoring consultants, and growing in your wisdom and your knowledge. So thank you so much, everybody, for being on this call with me. I'm going to stop the recording in a minute, but if anybody wants to stay on and ask any questions without it recording, bit of an after party on the Zoom call, that's more than fine. We'll do that. I'm happy to sit here all night. I've missed you all so much. But anybody that wants to jump off the call and go to bed, that's fine. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm just going to end the recording.